Well, certainly a tough afternoon for us. I thought that, give our kids credit, I think, for making it interesting down the stretch. However, it's a little bit too late. Nebraska's a very good team, very well coached. I thought our lack of size in the 4 and 5 position, our lack of depth in the 4 and 5 position really hurt us today. We didn't have an answer for Sample or Katie. They kind of had their way with us. You know, we're playing Lex at a 4, and she's a guard. And so we struggled with guarding their bigs, and I thought that, as I mentioned, Connie's a terrific coach, and she took advantage of us down in the low block, and so give Nebraska a lot of credit for that. Low turnovers. I thought we did, like I said, we managed to get ourselves back into the game on the offensive end, just couldn't come up with the big stops when we needed them. The silver lining is that you could look, going down the stretch at our time and score situations, and we got 3 freshmen and 2 sophomores out on the floor. And what a tremendous experience it is for those kids to have to go through that game. And in spite of not coming up on the winning end of it, we're going to take that experience without question. If we can't use it for the remaining season, there's no question that it's going to help us in the future. So really just happy with the way that we hung in there and continued to fight towards the end. And like you said, had a chance. Didn't have any more timeouts, so I couldn't go to that. Didn't get the shot we probably would have drew up in a timeout. But give our kids credit for just the resilience and them not giving in and not giving up.
So what did you try to do to compensate for the size differential? I mean, I saw one defensive play where kind of Amanda's going to have to guard the corner and then they dump it right in.
Yeah, we did everything. Not everything. We have where we double from post to post in man, and then it just seemed like when we had some great doubles, Katie was, and again, that's the experience. You're dealing with 4 seniors out on the floor, 2 senior post players that have seen everything, including double teams, and she didn't panic. Instead, she relocated it out, and they hit open shots because we were either late at recovering out of the double team, but they still got to hit shots, and they did that against us. And then we were in zone. We tried to offset them just by giving them different looks. It just seemed like, again, when we went to a particular defense, they just leaned on their veterans. We've seen this, kind of been there, done that, and continue to put the ball inside. And we didn't have an answer for it. They got to the free throw line 20 times, and that's our goal. We only got there 10 times, so half of their, our trips, they got 10 more free shots than we did. So that's frustrating because, as you guys know, going into every game, that's always our goal, is to get to the free throw line at least 20 times.
Towards the end of the game, you're trailing, I think, by 9. You get a couple stops, have a chance to cut to 4 or 5, but can't get any scores. So how frustrating is it to be getting those defensive stops and then going and not scoring or turning it over?
Well, it's frustrating. I thought I look back at the first half, we felt good from an offensive standpoint at halftime. Lindsay Lycum gets a good 3, misses. She gets a good baseline J that she can knock down 9 out of 10 times, misses. We felt good about the shots that we were getting, and the fact that they just weren't going in is always frustrating, But when you look back, it's always going to come down to the defensive end. We didn't get enough stops. And at times they made it look really easy. At times we had some miscommunication where some of us were in man and some of us were in zone, and that's frustrating because we're in February and we're still having a hard time with communicating. And that's one of the things about a young basketball team. You know, sometimes they're so focused in on their player in their area that they forget to talk to their team and their teammates that are out there with them. And so that, certainly was frustrating. But we came up short because we didn't do enough defensively.
Laren also, she had 5 3-pointers, but obviously it's been an up and down season for her. So is it encouraging to see that, or is it still the consistency aspect?
Yeah, I think that Laren would expect for me to say that we need her to be more consistent. Your point guard is an extension of myself and the rest of our staff, and I thought she did a better job in the second half. I really asked her to try to get the ball up the floor and really push tempo, and I thought that, she did that. But, we need Laren to play consistently night in and night out. We kind of went into this thing thinking that we were going to take some pressure off of her. Now in retrospect, maybe I need to put more pressure on her to play more consistent night in and night out, because when we've been really good. And even tonight, I thought she was great in a lot of areas, but like I said tonight, it's not because we didn't score enough points; it's because we gave up, too many.
What's it going to take to get Jen going offensively?
It's a good question. Let me say this. We've gotten a lot out of Jen. I think Jen has. I think everybody would agree that she might be, in all accounts, the most improved player on this team from a year ago, when she was averaging right around 6 minutes and only played in 16 games, I think, looking back. And so we have continued to ask a lot of her, both defensively and offensively. There's been moments where she's answered the call, and there's been other moments where she hasn't, and she's played like she did today. Are you disappointed? Absolutely. Is she disappointed? You bet. But we still have to have a post presence, and we've got to keep her encouraged and continue to say all the right things to her, because I think she's an emotional kid. She's plays off of her own confidence, and so when Jen is confident, Jen's a good player. When she loses that, she's an average player, and we need to make sure as we continue to, the next few weeks and into our postseason and the summer, really give her some time well spent with her, where we can keep encouraging her to want to work this summer and continue to improve her, not just her lateral movement, but she's asked to come up with a couple more moves around the basket that she's going to feel comfortable with. And she doesn't need a whole lot of moves. She just needs 1 or 2 that she feels really comfortable with going to. And she needs a favorite move and a counter to that. And so those are the things that, we'll keep encouraging her. But, she's a 5, and we need a few more of those. But tonight was just not her night.
What kind of energy adjust once you get off the bench? And did she step out of bounds on that one play?
She didn't step out of bounds, and I got to be careful. I was right there. I had the best shot of it, the look at it. She was not out of bounds, and that's maybe my fault. I think he was a little bit out of position, but, I was right on top of the play, and she gave us great energy off the bench, and she normally does. And that's what's so exciting, about this group, is that, like I said, down the stretch, you're looking at 3 freshmen, Cahill, Jess, and Tyra in there with Lex, who's not a post player, and Laren. And, they're getting us back in the game, going down the stretch and making plays. So that's the silver lining. Let's don't hang our heads. Let's be excited about what the future looks like here, and certainly it's bright. And we're going to keep go down the stretch here. We're going to have to get on a plane and go over to Maryland and Rutgers and finish the regular season as well as we can. And as I said, at this point it's not about wins and losses. Of course, I hate to lose, but it's about, are we making progress? Are we taking those 3 steps forward? And on occasion maybe taking 1 step back, or on occasion are we taking 3 steps forward and 3 steps back? And that's what we got to be cautious of. That's the goal. We don't want to do that. We want to feel good about our effort. We want to feel good about the 40 minutes, but when we walk away, we want to feel like we've made some progress. And I thought today, there were some really good things out of it, out of this game, and we're going to have to take those into a really good Maryland and Rutgers team come next week.